How's it, everybody? And a warm welcome to the NFT show. Tonight, we're going to be looking at exciting new projects that are launching in April. But before we do, let's have a quick look here at what's going on in the market. So if we look here, wow, we had huge volume yesterday, $173 million. To put that in perspective, it's the highest that it's been since middle of February. We've definitely been in this bear market, and when you're in a bear market, it sort of feels like you're going to be in a bear market forever. And same with when you're in a bull market, it feels like it's always going to just keep going up. For some of you, this might have been your first bull bear market experience, but definitely a good experience, because it's important to realize that when you are in a bull market, to take your profits at times, and when you're in a bear market, to use that to buy into good projects that are going to pump in a bull market. So look, it might be a bit premature to say we're in a bull market, but we're definitely trending upwards substantially. And should this continue, which I hope it will, and I think it will, then this could be the beginning of the bull market for sure. We've got Bored Ape Yacht Club's land sale coming up. We've got VFriends version 2 coming up. So yeah, I think there's a good chance. The interesting thing is that Ethereum is really like the highest it's been for a while also. And usually when there's a quick pump on Ethereum, like it went from 3,000 to 3,500, what we often find happens is that NFTs go down, because people dollar cost average the price based in dollars. And we have not seen that specifically with the blue chips, which are really, really flying. And I do believe that this last pump here is brought on by our good friends at Azuki. Now, this is quite incredible to see Azuki, a project that's under 2 months old, at a floor price above Mutant Ape Yacht Club. It's incredible. I've never seen such a quick rise to such an incredible floor price. These guys are doing incredible things. On Wednesday's show, we're going to look at all existing anime projects, and we're going to take a very deep look into Azuki, and possibly what are the reasons for this floor price, and what can we look out for in other projects that could potentially be the next Azuki. Because quite honestly, we've all, in my opinion, missed the boat here. I wouldn't suggest to anyone that I care about to buy now at 27 ETH. It could very well go to 50. No one knows anything. But it went as high as 33. And yeah, I don't think it's the time to buy. I think you've missed this train. But what you do look at is you look at what could be the next Azuki. What are the things that we see here that we can watch out for future projects? All right, so that's the market overview. Before I jump into our exciting projects, let me have a quick look here at our comments. We've got Roman. Hi, Roman. Welcome. Thank you for being with me. We've got Shanana. Hello, darling. Nice to see you. All right. So the first project that we are looking at is Humanians. All right. This is their website. And this is their Twitter over here. So if we have a look here just at their Twitter following, we've got 21,500 Twitter followers. They're based in Bali, Indonesia, by Odd One Out Labs, and Visby, who's the artist who we'll talk about now. And just to show you a little bit of the art, here you've got one of them. I think he's quite cool. And if we scroll down, actually show you here. I saw quite a lot of them here. I want to show you the art to begin with. Then we're going to talk about the roadmap, the team. So they've typically got these small heads. So you know me, I always like something different. And this is definitely different with the small heads. And they're cool, man. They've got personality. They've got character. Very, very, very different to what you've seen before. So that's the art. And we're going to talk in detail about the artist. We don't yet have a mint price. We know mint is going to be end of April. We know there's a collection of 10,000. There is a Discord, which we'll link in the description of this video. But yeah, I mean, that gives you a good understanding of the art over there. Then if we have a look here at the Discord, just to show you, we've got 22,000 members in the Discord, of which 4,000 are online currently. Always say that you want to see 20% online to know that that's a true figure, and that indeed is. If we jump into the team, so if we look at Visby's the artist and the project lead on this project. And it says here, known for her use of bold and exaggerated characters, abstract composition, and organic textures, illustration, Visby, real name Amber Day, has been honing her craft for over a decade. Amber's highly individual and characterful illustration style is physical and colorful, full of personality, and often flips the conventional on its head to achieve the unexpected. So that's our artist, and what I really like here is the team is completely and fully doxed, which is a bare necessity at this point. But I really like that they're showing their faces. They're not hiding. They're proud of this project, and yeah, that's really something that we need in the current state of the market. Then we've got Josh, the creative director. He's been working in the TV and film industry since 2010. Started his career in Los Angeles, California, before moving to Bali in 2016 and starting a production house. Currently serves as co-founder of that group of companies in the entertainment industry. During his time as a fashion photographer and producer, he's also seen firsthand the effects of the advertising industry's unrealistic goals, which I'm going to get to now. Then we've got Gawain, who's the strategy director, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's worked in the fashion industry for almost 2 decades. Experienced director and business development executive. He started and led several fashion brands and photographic studios internationally, working with the likes of ASOS, Topshop, Neiman Marcus, and American Apparel, and having lived and worked in China, London, Cape Town, and Indonesia. Cape Town's around the corner for me, so that's really, really cool. And then we've got Omri, who's the business director. He's a French entrepreneur working in the media entertainment industry and business service industry. He co-founded Josh and Romain Kosak Satu Group, a Bali-based business development group, and currently serves as that CEO. Omri is a pop art enthusiast and passionate about mixed media art. And then we've got Romain. He started his career in Bali as a camera operator for surfing events. And now he is Bellprod's co-founder since 2016. He's also a cinematographer who specializes in fashion and documentaries. He's worked with very big brands, Dior, L'Oreal, NBA, Michael Kors, etc. So I also like, and I've said this many times on the show before, they all have a business background. I strongly believe that people who've started business, entrepreneurs, business owners, CEOs are very, very well suited for the NFT space. Starting a business from nothing is hard work. It's difficult. It can be a thankless job, many sleepless nights, and it sounds similar to starting an NFT project. So people like that are cut from a good cloth where they can put their head down and work against the odds. So I want to speak about this project because the whole, I'll jump onto their website. So I'm just going to, while we're looking at their website here, the picture, I'm just going to read this to you. So it's the Humanians is a socially conscious NFT collection born on the Ethereum blockchain, led by Visby, bridging art and utility while bringing awareness to the rising issues of body dysmorphia, conceived to be an active force in both assisting and bringing awareness to the lack of human diversity and the unrealistic self-image expectations displayed by modern and social media. Humanity has been ravaged with cultural and body marginalization issues for decades. The entertainment industry has portrayed unrealistic goals and opinions of what it means to be beautiful and acceptable. With the Humanians' simple agenda of an inclusive celebration of humanity, we highlight the awesomeness of all people, helping to end prejudice, alienation, insecurities, and body dysmorphia. The Humanians celebrates anybody and everybody everywhere, all judgment aside. So I like the foundation for this project and the motivation for this project. I've got five sisters. I come from a house with five sisters. I now also have five brother-in-laws and lots of nieces and nephews. But I've seen firsthand eating disorders and things like that in my own family, and how serious they are. That they're very real and cause a lot of pain to the people who suffer from them as well as their families. So I really do like projects that are coming with a good message and a good intention. And we saw that with the Heart Project as well, and a few others that have done really, really well once people realize what they're about. So I want to show you their roadmap. So you'll see here 20%, which is a large amount of our mint and secondary sales, will be donated to our charities, and we will document the journey along the way. And you'll see those charities all focus around their mission. So they're going to make a real change in people's lives, and empower charities that are there to help people. I'll jump back to the Discord because I like the way that they show the roadmap here. Not going to focus on the pre-mint timeline. Again, they just say late April here, so we don't know that. But I want to focus on once. Let's make this bigger. Once they launch, what happens? So phase one, immediately after sellout, 20% of mint sales will go to charities and raise awareness to combat body dysmorphic disorder. And now it also makes sense why the small head and the way you perceive yourself, it really does make sense with what their vision is. They'll also be purchasing meta land from NFT worlds into the community wallet, where they're going to build a safe space in the future for holders to meet and thrive. Their world token would be generated from the world that they own and distributed to the holders via staking, which goes live in phase 3. Then phase 2 begins staking utility development, begin building the odds one out labs change token called $change on the Ethereum network. This will be used as a token for future odd one out lab collections. Development of the Humanians coloring book, which will be donated to kids and schools around Bali, also will be available to holders through our merchandise collection. And then phase 3 is when staking will go live. You'll be able to stake your Humanian. Staking will earn you change. You'll also be able to claim world token if you stake. There'll be merchandise, whitelist spots for collaboration partners, free mints, whitelist spots for future odd one out lab projects, safe space metaverse development on our NFT world, a place for our members to thrive. Some elements we'll introduce are seminars from psychologists and speakers and entrepreneurs, counseling services, and NFT-based events, and then also development of the 3D Humanians collection. Now, I just want to talk about this odds one out media, because what they've done is they have started a company. So you'll see on the Twitter page, it says by Odds Out Labs and Visby, who's the artist, right? So if you go to Odds Out Lab, a small following, they're new, and you jump on here, they basically are a company that's going to help launch NFT projects, but the Humanians is their first one. So if you have a look here, the Humanians is their first one. Here you'll see what they do, sort of an A to Z service for NFT projects, smart contract development, auditing, front-end development, Web3 integration, UI, UX design, and marketing. And if you look at the team, it's the same team that we saw for Humanians. So, and a much larger team under that. This is for the Odds Out Lab. So you can clearly see that this is their first project that they're doing through this newly formed company that they've started, but they're rolling out services to future NFT collections that they will be able to help future collections launch their NFT projects. Obviously, there'll be costs involved, and anyone who owns a Humanians NFT will get whitelist spots or free mints on their future projects that this company odds one out does. So definitely they have a long-term view of their time in the space. This is definitely not a quick let's get in and get out. I can see that very clearly by many things. The fact that they're all fully docked, they've created this other company to roll out these services. Their roadmap is very detailed with when and how they intend on achieving what they want to achieve. Their roadmap is very achievable. It's not saying we're going to do everything that you've ever heard of. It's got a direction and a clear goal. So I like this because it's completely different art to anything I've ever seen before. There's also some, and never buy something based on rumors, and this is a rumor, but there are rumblings that they are working with Karafuru. But again, it's just a rumor, and that's not a reason that I would buy into this. I would buy into this if what I've spoken about here speaks to you, if you like what they're doing, and if you like their future plans. But I'm definitely excited to see where this one goes, and I really take my hat off to them for a very well put together project and a very well put together offering. Just want to play this for you from Visby. I always like seeing the design process. I'll just make this bigger for you, and then we're going to move on to our next project. I can narrate. I'm going to get to the part where you see the creation here. Saying there's going to be a lot of one-of-ones. So guys, I highly suggest if you're interested to jump on their website. Again, the links will be in the description below. Go watch the video. Unfortunately, because of copyright things with YouTube, I can't share it with sound, but it's really very interesting, and it tells all about the previous work and everything. So really like it. I love watching when they do this. I think it's so cool. So yeah, guys, that's the Humanians. I hope you guys really enjoyed that presentation. Going to jump onto the next one now, and we're moving into VFriends Season 2, guys. Now this is going to be massive. Massive. Anyone who's been in the space for longer than a day knows Gary V. Gary V is if not the most, one of the most influential NFT faces that there are. And I think it would be fair to say he is the most. So he's got his Series 2 coming out. If we have a look here, this is his Series 1 NFT collection, VFriends. Here people are betting on Gary V. And I don't know if you get a safer bet in the NFT space than Gary V. He will deliver value. There's no doubt whatsoever. His good name is on the line, and he has a very good name. Before this, he has Vanachak Media, which is a very successful marketing company, and many other successful ventures. And all of that, his reputation and all of that is on the line. And if he says, believe in me and I'll deliver value, you can believe in him and he will deliver value. So this was his first collection. You can see here that he's definitely delivered value based on just the floor price alone. And now we have a snapshot coming tomorrow for his second collection. So you've got approximately just under 24 hours until the snapshot is taken to get whitelist or potential whitelist for his second collection. The way to get that whitelist currently is to purchase Book Games NFTs, which is another one of his NFTs. He famously did a best-selling book recently on NFTs that if you bought 12 of those, you could burn it for another NFT. if you bought 12 of those books, you would get this book games NFT. Sorry. I'm looking at this on OpenSea. If you are looking to buy in, don't buy in on OpenSea. It's more expensive on OpenSea. I would go to LooksRare. There's a few places where you can buy into it, but OpenSea is the most expensive. But I just want to show you what they look like. So these are book games. It's a huge collection. I think there's like 30 or 40,000 of them or something to that effect. But if you have a look here, this is all the details about it. So on the 5th of April, 2022 at 1 p.m. Eastern Central Time, which is, as I say, in about 21 hours, VFriends will draw wallet addresses and their corresponding mint allocation for Whitelist for VFriends Series 2. So there's 32,000 book game tokens, okay? And they're going to be randomly selected. And some of those book game token holders are going to be allowed to mint on Whitelist VFriends Season 2. So they're saying it will be held 12 and a half days prior. So that means in 13 days' time is when VFriends Series 2 is going to drop. Here's where he said you can get book games at the lowest possible price, and that's tokentrove.com. And if we have a look here, the floor, wow, it has actually gone up, guys. The floor is sitting at half an ETH at the moment. Obviously, in anticipation for this drop, the floor has risen. So it actually currently looks like it's cheaper on OpenSea. All right, so how's it going to work? Basically, for every book game token you own, you'll be entered automatically into this raffle to get Whitelist, right? There are, just want to have a look here, 32,000 out of 123,000. Okay, so hold on. V Game Series 2 is going to be a collection of 32,000 NFTs. Currently, there are 123,000 book game tokens. Sorry about that. So what we are saying is that you have a 1 in 4 chance if you own a token of being selected from this raffle. So yeah, he says approximately 28% chance from the snapshot will be randomly selected to fill the friends list. Wallets holding the selected token will be eligible for the 12.5 days minting advantage before public sale. If your wallet contains any of the 32,000 selected book game tokens, your wallet is officially on the friends list. If not, your opportunity to mint will only be during public sale. Basically, only people that hold book game tokens before the snapshot on the 5th of April will have a chance to win drawing and have the opportunity to make it onto the friends list. Okay, so that's the way you get in. If you are selected, how many NFTs? Well, I'll link this also in the description. You do not need to be holding your book game token after the drawing. So after tomorrow at that time, you can freely trade your book game and that won't affect your friends list at all. So you don't need your book game that won the raffle in your wallet to mint in about 2 weeks' time, right? And then he just goes on to talk about the characters. Wow. So it now says 55,555 NFTs. The public sale price will be $1,000. So, well, for everyone, it will be $1,000. But if you have Whitelist, you obviously have got that first mover advantage on it. You do not have to be on the friends list to mint one of the 15 new characters. That will be a separate minting process where you can burn your book game. So there, he has another mechanism where if you burn, but you have to burn like 5 wooden frame ones or 6 diamond frame ones or whatever, you could then potentially get into this other side collection of VFriends version 2. So it's very Gary V-like, lots of things. You could also burn your book tokens to get VCon tickets previously. So he's trying to lower the supply of the book game tokens. So this is going to be massive, like it really, really is. I personally really believe there's no doubt that he's going to sell out of this. And yeah, if you're able to, look, yeah, I mean, it's a bit risky at this point to purchase. Maybe if you even just purchase one, but you must know that after the drawing tomorrow, these are going to drop to 0.1, 0.2. If you do get a chance to mint, I have no doubt that they're going to be a 3, 4, 5, 6 ETH flawed to begin with. So weigh up your risks. The more you have, the more chance you have. You've got a quarter chance per one that you own, and it's not guaranteed. But definitely a very, very exciting mint that's coming, and one to look out for sure. Then next we're going to talk about Harakuru. Okay, so Cyber Ronin Harakuru, aka Harakuru Ronin, is a limited collection of 5,555 avatars that connect the metaverse to the physical world. The 5,555 pieces represent the spirit of Harakuru, Cyber Ronin clan that fights against the tyranny and control from the evil Harada family. We envisioned a unique brand that our holders can relate to both in the metaverse and the physical world, owned by and run by the community. We will start establishing the physical world's intellectual property of brands such as toys, manga, games, and much more to be sided together with the community. Connecting you in the metaverse will be done with the Haruka token with a combination of physical world cases and purchases, Haruka's physical manga, and digital words such as purchasing whitelist spots for other projects. Sorry, guys, just need to see why this plug is not working here. Otherwise, you're going to lose me. All right, I think we're plugged in now. Okay, so then if we jump on the Twitter over here, you see that we've got a large following, 58,500, followed by a couple of notable people. And if you have a look here with what's going on currently with the anime meta, these do have a chance of doing very well if this current meta continues, because anything anime is flying off the shelves at the moment. Like anything, pretty much. I mean, I've seen derivatives at 0.2 from 0.01 pump to 0.2, and like it's a Dozuki, right? They actually have apparently been talking to Azuki, funnily enough. Now, again, it's like a rumor and whatever, but stranger things have happened. But yeah, anyway, so they've got a big following over here. Decent engagement on Twitter, nothing out of the world, but definitely if this meta continues by the time launch comes, then I think that it is one that could do incredibly well. They've got a fully doxed team, and they all have experience in the field. I like the fact that it's a 5,555 supply. I do like that. I think it's really a good number to go with, much better than the 10,000 supply ones. Here you can see one of the collectibles, which is really, really cool. I mean, I really like collectibles, and that looks so sick. But yeah, that's really, really cool. I like that. Yeah, I'm just seeing the following here is 3,500, joined in October 2009. And then we've got the artist, Wilson Tundra. And if we have a look here, 2,600, joined recently. If we jump onto minsphere.com, just have a look what's linked over there. Let's see what else they're doing here. Okay, so this is definitely his personal Twitter. And here, yeah, I mean, very interesting. They also very, very transparent about their mints and how many have been allocated. They've got plans for merch, collectibles, manga, and metaverse. Tokenization, collectibles will be purchased with Haruka, which is their token. And they also have plans for a Whitelist marketplace, which will use Haruka token as well. It does remain to be seen what the mint price is going to be. And also the mint date's important here, because in my opinion, the sooner the better with what's going on at the moment with these type of anime projects. Yeah, the project's tech team, as well as our team and merchandising team, they've got all these separate teams focused on what they're good at, which I really, really like. The founder and core team are only taking 5% of Mint sales and allocating the rest to other teams, as well as marketing and development, which is always good. They have said that they're there for the long run. The core team will need to continue and execute and find more utility for their token, because currently with it just being whitelist marketplace, it's not very sustainable. But I mean, they could just also the merchandising, short term it could be utility, but long term they need more, but they can develop that. So yeah, again with Muri and Azuki and everything pumping, the anime meta is definitely good now, and it's one to keep on your radar for sure. And yeah, let's see what the mint price is. But a lot of positives here. Nothing huge or major, but just with what's going on at the moment, this could completely blow up. So I wanted to bring it to your attention. All right, guys. Then we've got local weather. Now this one's like just come on the radar about a week or two ago, and has blown up because you've got AJ Vaynerchuk, and that is Gary V's brother. And then you've got Russell Wilson as well, a professional sportsman, and HS Lab. So this is their collection. And when you've got such influential people involved, there's a very good chance that this is going to go to the moon. It's a mind and body hydration beverage, like a sports drink. And everything they say here, everything in the traditional sports drink category felt outdated to us. We consistently see a focus on traditional and typical sports, elite professional athletes, body only hydration, and high levels of sugar. They wanted to go out to change all of that. This H&S Labs is a subsidiary of New York-based design agency Harper and Scott, which is a very well-known design agency. They've been a premier manufacturing and design agency for companies such as Tim Hortons, In-N-Out, Carnival Cruise Lines, Popeyes, and Sahara. So yeah, I mean the team is very, very notable. Here you see their intentions with it. They plan on doing this brand of low sugar mind energy sports drinks. Obviously, any holders of the NFT will have some sort of interest in that. So yeah, I mean I love to see innovation in the space. And we have seen it before, but I do like to see physical products being launched as an NFT, and basically that your NFT is giving you sort of shares or ownership in the company to some degree. So that's really cool to see that it's happening on this sort of scale. Discord, there is a Discord. Sorry, that's Instagram, and I am in it. This should just jump me right there. Oh, there we go. It doesn't tell us how many are in there, but it's definitely got a lot of information, good engagement. People are excited about this project. Also, it's a little trick that I learned in a bit of alpha. If you follow AJ Vaynerchuk, if he likes a collection and sort of mentions it in a tweet, usually he'll tell Gary, and a few hours later, Gary ends up aping in and the price goes crazy. So we saw that with Generative Dungeon. First, AJ tweeted about it, and literally 5-6 hours later, Gary did a whole video on how he's just bought it. If you jump in here to the FAQ, they tell you a lot about AJ and H&S Labs. So good read up, as well as Russell Wilson, and a lot more about the project itself. So yeah, I mean, in the end of the day, if this is something that interests you, I would definitely jump in here and have a look at all the information that they have for you, and make your own decision there. But definitely interesting with some notable people involved, and I do expect it to do quite well. All right, guys, and then the last one that we've got here is called the Citadel. Not sure yet of the mint price and not sure yet of the mint date. Bringing this one to you early. You can see here 15,000 followers on Twitter. They joined in November 2021. This would be perfect for Moreland because Moreland loves gaming, right? So I'm not gonna do it justice like he would, but I'll tell you what I've learned about it. I am quite bullish on this project. I definitely think it's going to do quite well. Many huge play-to-earn influencers are watching this project very, very closely. So it's being mentioned in those circles a lot, which is a very, very bullish sign. And they also have done an economics audit to ensure that everything is sustainable as far as their roadmap goes and that is long-term sustainable. They've gotten a third party to look into it. They've already gone through the audit and have partnered with Manchonians who will ensure the economy of the game is sustainable. So that's a very bullish point. It shows that they're not rushing into this. They want to make it long-term sustainable, and I like that a lot. There's a white paper and a yellow paper, and both of them are extremely in depth, like really and truly. There's nothing here that you're going to have to guess at all. Similar to Generative Dungeon that I actually just mentioned, they are fully on chain. So the game itself is the NFT. If anyone's not familiar with Generative Dungeon, we did do a video on them, but it's quite incredible because on OpenSea, you're able to play the game. I'll actually jump to it after this. Just have to log in and I'll show it to you. So this too is fully on chain. The mint quantity is 3,333. Here's the white paper. I'm not going to read through it. As I said to you, it is in depth, easy to understand, but there's a lot, and they really, are thinking of almost every angle of it. So if it does interest you, you can see here, it really does go quite in depth. If it does interest you, I would highly recommend you jumping on this. This here, they're talking about the staking and the tax that will be paid. So yeah, quite an interesting project. It's been flying under the radar for the longest time. I just want to refresh here. And it's slowly picking up a little bit. So I think, although the gaming space is very aware of this, I do think it needs more NFT eyes on it. But I really do think that these guys are onto something quite amazing. I want to jump onto OpenSea quickly and just show you guys Generative Dungeon in case you don't know it. What I mean by fully on chain, this is the best example that I can think of. I really do like this project, and I think that they're quite undervalued at the moment. They went all the way to 3.5 Ethereum, but if you just click on any of them and you click begin, okay, that's quite loud, sorry. But with my keyboard over here, I'm literally playing on the NFT itself. Oh, sorry, your mouse has to be there. Okay. So then I go into a dungeon and it carries on, and there's a whole game here, and you've got to fight some people. But is this not amazing? You're playing it on the NFT. Like this is on the blockchain, which is really phenomenal. So the Citadel is the same sort of concept to this, but does seem like a much, much more in-depth game. Obviously, Generative Dungeon was one of the first, and they'll always be remembered as one of the first. And now that the technology is there, these guys are pushing that envelope quite far. So I'll just show you some of the screenshots that they've posted here. Okay, won't show you that. Yeah, that's some of the white paper. But yeah, if you're gaming, Moreland would be doing his nut. He really would. This is exactly up his alley. If this is your sort of thing, I do suggest that you look into it more. And yeah, as I say, if it can get the right eyes on the NFT side on it, like it does have on the gaming side, then this will do incredibly well. But that collection size of 3,333 is just, very bullish, especially with the support that they have from the gaming community. So let's jump into the chat and see what's going on here. That covers what I wanted to bring you today. Alrighty, I'm going to start from the beginning. Abraham, I missed out on Karafuru at 1.9. What would you do with 2 ETH at this stage? So, Abraham, I had a similar question in my Discord yesterday from someone that is in our community and I talk to quite a lot. So I'll tell you what I told her. If you're not in our Discord already, anyone, I'm there to try and help. It's open to anyone. Just go onto our YouTube NFT show, click about, and there's the Discord link. You're welcome. There's a lot of alpha, a lot of cool information. But what I would typically do, so let's say I've got 2 Ethereum. I'd like to have like a third of it sitting in ETH. So effectively 0.66 whatever, 0.7 or whatever it works out to, 0.66666 sitting in ETH, not exactly, but around about. So you basically have a budget of about 1.4. Now, you've got 2 ways that you can go about this. You can either take half of that and put that in a long-term hold, like 0.7, which is what I would suggest doing, and then 0.7 to keep for whitelists and opportunities that might come up. So you've got a third of it in your liquidity, a third of it in a blue chip, and a third of it in sort of higher risk plays, a bit of degen plays and stuff like that. So the blue chips that I would invest in at that price, for me being an OG in the space, I think Doge Pound is very undervalued at the moment. I think Sneaky Vampire Syndicate is very undervalued at the moment. I think they're all those OG ones. We actually did a video on NFTs at half an ETH or around there that we thought were bullish. I definitely know these guys are doing a lot. They've just released Diamond Paws. They're going to be releasing a game in the studios, a whole lot going on here. And I haven't seen them this low for a very long time. And I do really not think they can stay here long term. Obviously not financial advice, and do your own research. But that would be one I'd be looking at for sure. Sneaky Vampire as well. Syndicates. But again, if you go back and look at that video, most of that still holds true. Those projects there are still good. I mean, this at 0.41 is an absolute steal in my opinion. If you want to look at newer projects, as people really know, I'm quite bullish on Data Sol. As far as a long-term hold goes, I'm also bullish on Heroes of Marvia. There's a 0.6. It also went up to about 1.3, 1.4. Heroes of Marvia is a land project that I'm bullish on as well for a long-term hold. Oh, that's the wrong one. Don't you love OpenSea? Let's just go to Marvia here. Is this going to be the right one? Yeah, there we go. That's another one I'm bullish on. They've got a huge studio and studios behind them. Ubisoft, this one, that one. Go check out their website. They're really cool. We also covered them pre-mint, and I was bullish on them. So those would be some of the ones that I'm interested in at about that price. If you wanted to spend more on a blue chip, so you don't want to have degen money at all, I would look at World of Woman Galaxy. No, that's wrong again. Oh my God. I think that you type it in, there we go. You'd want it to come up first, surely OpenSea. So World of Woman Galaxy, wow, they were 1.2 yesterday. That's a good way to get into the World of Woman ecosystem. Another one that I'm very bullish on and have been for a very long time and has added good entry is Boss Beauties. The team there is just absolutely phenomenal. And I would look at this one very, very seriously also for a long-term hold. They were actually at 1.1 yesterday. So starting to move up, but really incredible team, and lots more. So you've got to choose. If you don't want to be actively investing at all, you want one project to hold. These two, Boss Beauties, World of Women, Galaxy, are a good call. Even Cool Cat, all these sub collections of the big blue chips are probably your safest bets. So Cool Pets would be a good one. Also at about 1.5 ETH last time I checked. That's the safest money at the moment. To put it in a sub collection for a good blue chip would be a good way to do it. So I hope that answers your question. All right, what have we got here? Roman, it's Murray time. Oh, Roman, yeah, he's been saying, and when he called it, it was 0.7. Obviously, with this recent pump yesterday, wow, it went all the way to 1, and now it's retracted. There's supposed to be this big announcement. Let's ask Roman, have they made their announcement yet? Because if they have, it shouldn't be going down, it should be going up. But I'm also quite bullish on this one long term, especially if this meta continues. Let's see what Roman says in return. Have you guys heard of moonbirds? No, I have not. Shanana, nice to see everyone in the chat. Yeah. We've got Dickens for huge supply alpha. Yeah, trying. I've dropped a little bit of alpha. Follow AJ Vaynerchuk, and when he posts about a project, Gary V usually apes in a few days later. Let me have a look here. What can I do with 0.065 Ethereum? So you can do a lot. Okay, there's some, again, I jump to OG projects. I do think that long term they are safer than the newer projects. I think at this price, Space Punks is an absolute steal. They've had huge issues the last couple of months, really big, and they've just got a new CEO in very recently. He came in 2 or 3 days ago. The first thing he's done is he's doxing the full team. So everyone's introducing themselves, and he really has a fresh approach. And this project has the potential to moon, really. I mean, they went all the way to, I don't even know, like 2 ETH, 1.19 ETH, and they're sitting at 0.04, and they've made the big changes that they need to, and I'm really quite bullish. That's the first one that comes to mind. There's a lot. So what I would do is I would go onto rankings. I'd go last 7 days, because last 24 hours could just be a trend. Obviously, Ethereum is already there, but there's a way to sort this by floor price, right? So if you click there, okay, that's the highest floor price. That's the lowest floor price. It's going to show you projects of the last 7 days that are trending. So I'll just let you know if anything catches my eye. Don't know enough about this. I know that they had some relationship with Kaiju Kongs. It's not an official collection by any stretch. Dreadfuls I've been watching. It's a recent mint. Seems to have done pretty well to have sold this amount, but I don't know enough about it again. And then you go straight to 0.1, hey? So we're already out of your budget there. I'm just thinking if I quickly just jump into mine, I'm sure I've got some that will ring a bell for me. I'm just going to have a quick look and see if I can give you any better advice. I'm bullish on Brian's, hey? They got down again. They went all the way to 0.3 today, but I am bullish on them. They've got that game that's already out and like 5 million downloads. Just want to see if there's anything here at a lowish floor price that I can suggest. I'm completely biased, but I would get a tiptoe. You get 5 tokens a day, which can be converted to ETH. In a month, you'll probably earn $10-15 at that floor price. I'm bullish, but I am part of the project, so I can't tell you to buy it without telling you that I'm a part of it. And it will be a long-term hold, like we do. We're building huge stuff, but that's a good long-term investment for that price. Not so sure about Digi Dragons, not floppy. Very bullish on these guys, but it's out of your budget. Skuxfest very bullish on. They've got their world token dropping soon, but also out of your budget. These guys is a big question mark. Question mark here. That's a bit out of your budget, but I like this project, Dumpster Dorks. I don't know enough about it. I know if you have two, you're going to be able to do something with them. I really just like the artwork, to be really honest. But I mean, if you look here, 1,200 volume, and they've only been around for a little while. You know what? Eric? I've got your answer, my friend. This is what I would buy if I was you, not financial advice. Well, either this or what I'm going to show you next. Cozy Penguins was a free mint, okay? Very stealth free mint. But the team is like, one guy's a head of development at Facebook. I don't know if that's his official position, but something big at Facebook. The other guy's something big at this other social media. The other guy, this team is like stacked like you can't believe, and they are building and they are planning a lot. This is a great investment for 0.04. It really, really is. Look more into it if you're interested, but really good. And one that I'm very bullish on. And the other one that I'm bullish on is Fortune Friends, and they're sitting at 0.025. So that could also be a good one. But yeah, lots of opportunities. You could get one Cozy Penguin and one Fortune Friend, and I think you'd be doing well. Again, I don't know anything, and do your own research, but that would be my advice. Okay, what's the best way to get whitelist for upcoming projects? So ZF, it depends on your budget, but the best way is an alpha pass. That's the single best way. And depending on your budget, there's alpha passes all the way from 0.1 or 0.15 ETH, like a Magic Mushroom Clubhouse or the Nifty Alpha, all the way up to 10, 15 ETH and everywhere in between. So the Dark Echelon, I think, is like 15 ETH. Then you've got Llamaverse at 3 ETH. You've got Kosher Plug, which I really like, at 1.2 ETH. You've got Champs Crypto at 1.5 ETH. We did an entire video on alpha passes not so long ago. That's your best and easiest way without grinding to get on whitelist. I also did a video on getting on whitelist with grinding. Some very quick pointers would be, number one, boost their server on Discord. You know, that little purple thing. If you've got Nitro, boost their server because they see that. Number two, change your profile by having Nitro. So if you go into the NFT show here, this here, Nitro, right? You can boost the server, and a lot of people you can see I boosted my own server. A lot of people, projects, because we're not really a project, will have a section for boosters above everyone else. But it definitely brings the attention because you get this little icon. Change your name to the project name. So Philip at Dreadfuls or whatever. Change your PFP for this particular Discord to, let's just say, the Dreadfuls PFP, and be active and helpful in their Discord, and stuff like that. That's the way. But the easiest way, if you do have a bit of budget, is an alpha pass. Yeah. Alrighty. Abraham. I'm in the Discord. I'll start being more awesome. Nice to hear. Thank you, my man. We look forward to that. I've asked Ramon if he's made the announcement. I don't think he's there. Eric, is this one by Fuckrender? If it is, then I'm pretty bullish on it. If that's the one that you're talking about, if it's the one by Fuckrender. And Eric said, I'm an Italian university student, but I very much like NFT world. Cool, man. The best way to get started is to get a cheap entry-level one, jump in Discords, get chatting. Yeah, don't spend money that you need on it. Don't spend money that would be used to pay rent. In the end of the day, all of this could go to zero. I strongly believe that. And it basically is like gambling, to be quite honest, especially if you don't know what you're doing. We all hear of the one person who won $10 million in the casino, right? most of us go into a casino and lose money. That's how it works. Unless you're playing professional poker and you know how to play poker, you've got slightly better odds than you would if you don't know how to do, just a roulette and throw the ball and whatever, right? So I'm saying NFTs are risky, risky, risky. I would hate someone who's, and I'm not saying you are, just anyone out there who's literally, relying on this money to pay for food or rent or something like that, to use it in an NFT expecting a return. It doesn't work that way. And it's the same as the stock exchange. I highly don't suggest anyone invest in the stock exchange with money that they need. That money should be money that you don't need at all. That instead of sitting at the bank getting 0% interest, you're putting into a good stock with the intention of leaving it there. Because, just like NFTs, the stock market also has ups and downs. And if you need that money when the stock market's at its bottom, you're going to lose money. There's no doubt whatsoever. So only take money that you can afford to lose. If you are in a position where you've got money that you can afford to lose, be very conservative with it. I wouldn't go for these derivatives. I wouldn't go for new projects. I'd really focus on OG projects in the space that have been around and have a track record. So, yeah. All right, guys, I see it's been about an hour. I'm going to leave it there. I hope everybody enjoyed this. Thank you for joining me. I love this. I much enjoy the questions, much more enjoy the questions than, covering upcoming projects. I don't know. I feel like a school kid when I do upcoming projects. I've got to make sure that I do my research and then I present it to you well. I really like the off-the-cuff stuff, which is every Friday, by the way. Every Friday, same time, we do Freestyle Fridays. No content whatsoever. Just take your questions and chat like we were doing in the last 15 minutes here. On Wednesday, we're going to be talking. Wednesday's going to be quite a nice one. We're going to be talking about anime projects. Because with Azuki pumping like it is, we're going to dive deep into Azuki. Why is Azuki pumping like it is? And then look at Muri and Akami, what's a Kamani, and all of them. There's a million of them. Karufu, they all sound the same to me, but there's a million of them. And we're going to look at them very, very, very properly. Kiwami, Akumo, Muri, Midnight Breeze, Everai, and really jump into the anime meta. And I look forward to doing that. So thank you, everyone. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the like. That really, really helps. If you hit the like, it's a simple 1-second thing. And we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Thank you for joining me. Be kind to each other. Stay safe. Ciao.